So what's the difference between a rigid frame and a folding frame wheelchair? Let's talk about it. My name is Jenna Raheb, and I'm a physical therapist who specializes in adaptive equipment in wheelchairs. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the difference between a rigid frame and a folding frame wheelchair. So right here, I have a rigid frame and a folding frame wheelchair. The way that I can tell the difference between them just by looking at them is if you look underneath the seat, you'll see this one has one bar that goes straight across. This chair has bars that under the seat that go across and form this X shape. So the wheelchair that has the one bar that goes straight across, that's a rigid frame. The wheelchair that has the bars underneath that make the X shape, that's a folding frame wheelchair. Now I know one's called folding frame and one's called a rigid frame, but they do both fold, they just fold in different ways. So initially it's going to start the same. I'm going to start by taking off the seat cushions. And then I'm going to take the wheels off. I'm going to make sure that the brakes are unlocked. I'm going to push the center button on the wheel and take the wheel off. Same thing on this side. Same thing on the folding frame chair. Now, here's the difference. With the folding frame chair, a folding frame is going to fold widthwise this way. So I'm going to pull this folding frame chair happens to have a strap that I can pull up on to get me started. Oh. And then I can lift it up and I can fold it in this way. Okay. To unfold it, I'm going to push down on the seat. Watch your fingers when you do it so don't pinch them. For the rigid frame chair, I'm actually going to go ahead and take these armrests off too. And side guards so you can see. There's a bar that runs across the back right here of this wheelchair that I'm going to pull up. And the wheelchair is actually the backrest is going to fold down like that. And then to put these chairs back together, I'm going to do the reverse of those things. If you want to see me break down and put together these chairs in much more detail and much more depth, then you can watch videos 2 and 3. But for now, that's the difference between a rigid frame and a folding frame chair. The follow-up question is typically, what is better for me? Which is the better chair? And the answer is, it's not that one is better than the other. It really just depends on what your needs are as a wheelchair user. So it is true that rigid frame chairs tend to have fewer gears. They're known to offer a more efficient propulsion, but it doesn't mean that they're always going to be the better chair for you. So a common example are car transfers. So if you are driving a car and you're a wheelchair user, for example, you will most likely transfer into the front seat and then get the wheelchair in after you. And so if you have a rigid frame chair, you'd transfer into the driver's seat, take the wheels off the chair, pull it across you in the car. And then you would take the frame of the chair and then you'd pull that over your lap. If you have a folding frame chair, you might transfer into the driver's seat and then fold up the chair and lift the chair up and put it behind you. Both are excellent options. It just depends on what you prefer. So if you're trying to decide between a rigid frame and a folding frame wheelchair, just make sure that you work with your physical therapist and your ATP to think through the differences between both of them and figure out what's best for you. I hope this video was helpful. If so, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you have ideas for other videos and content that you'd like to see, please make sure you put them in the comments. Thank you.